just want to remind you this morning, just a quick word, that in order to unlock something, in order to rediscover something, you must have lost something in the process. You can't rediscover something you didn't have to begin with. So let's take it back to Genesis. What does God first give mankind? God gave mankind dominion. He gave mankind this earth to rule. He created everything. He said everything he had created was good, and he put it in the hands of man to look after it, to tender it, to prune it, to take care of it, to cultivate it. And that's what we had. And in the process, God's presence was all around mankind. Adam had fellowship with God, and it was beautiful. That's what God first intended. So how do we lose it? How do we lose that fellowship with God to begin with in Genesis? You can see in Genesis chapter 3 that the enemy tempts the woman likewise takes it to her husband, and the fall of mankind begins. Mankind has fallen. Mankind has been driven out from Eden, Eden being the presence of God. We are no longer in communion with God like we used to be. God is no longer coming down in the cool of the day to fellowship with man anymore. We've been cast out from his presence. As a result, we have lost the kingdom. We have lost the dominion, the authority that we had. We have lost it. So how do we begin to rediscover? In order to understand what rediscovery means, you first need to understand how we lost it. So that's why it was necessary. God said, I'll send the Son of Man to come and crush your head. That was Jesus coming back down to take us back to the kingdom, to take us back to our original place. And he did that through his death. And the only thing he went about preaching on earth here was the reconciliation back to the kingdom of God. We had to rediscover the kingdom. We had to rediscover what first belonged to us. Okay. I looked at my life about a year now, and I knew that the life that I was living was not indicative of a Christian, a proper Christian, that is, not church going Christian, not that one. So back in uni, I'll give you a little background. I haven't always been like this. I've always been a shy type, shied away from a lot of things. But back in uni, I fell into the wrong hands, wrong set of friends. How many of you fall into the wrong set of friends before? I'm sure there's a few of us here. Fell into the wrong set of friends. And amongst my friends, at the time, I thought I was the standout one. Yeah. Not in terms of, parties and nothing like that. No. But we would go clubbing on a Saturday. Yeah. and then come back in the night, in the morning, early hours, Sunday morning, and then I'll wake up for 9 a.m. and I'll go to church. I'll be like, yes, I made it. I mean, there was 3 of us that went to the club, I was the only one that woke up and went to church. So in my mind, even though I was going clubbing with them, I was still up there somehow. See, that is the spirit of lukewarm. That is the spirit of lukewarm. At a certain point, I said if you wanted the definition of lukewarm, you needed to look nowhere else. That was me. I lived a lukewarm lifestyle, mostly through my uni life. And it gets to a certain point where you look in your life and you begin to ask yourself, can I do this any longer? Who am I continuing to fool? What do I think this is? But this life is not a joke anymore. The things that we see in this world these days just point us to one thing. Our Savior is soon coming. And you can't continue to live a double life. You can't continue to be a hypocrite. At that time, in my mind, I was all that. Because at the time, there was 3 of us that went. But I was the only one that was going to church. So in my mind, at least I was doing something right. But that's not what God is looking for. You can't continue to be a hypocrite. You can't continue to have one leg in the world and one leg in church. It don't work like that. You're all in or nothing with Christ. So it wasn't until I began to read what it meant to be lukewarm in Revelation chapter 3 verse 15. So God said, I will spit you out of my mouth. You disgust me. And then I read the Amplified version. And it said whoever was lukewarm was basically spiritually useless. Let that sink in. If you are living a double life, you are spiritually useless. Anyone who is spiritually useless, God cannot use you. You are spiritually useless. You got to worship God in spirit and in truth. So if you are spiritually useless, where are you going? Your worship becomes lip service. Your way of life is just to please man. Because deep down there you know what you're doing. And it's not until you begin to understand that this is what I am. You first need to acknowledge that this is what I've become before you break that chain. If you continue to live that double life, it only leads to one way. You will continue to fool everyone else, but you're not fooling your maker. And I have to snap out of it. And I thank God for my life, how far He has brought me in the past year. Because a year by now I wouldn't be here. I'll be coming to every you can. I don't know where my message is going that way. I've been coming to every you can. Looking back, I've been fooling a lot of people. Edward is quiet, he must be good. Don't get twisted. Don't let the appearance fool you. If you do that, you're only fooling the people around you. But your maker knows you. And it's about time you snap out of this hypocrisy. This hypocrisy we need to snap out. If you are for Christ, you are all for Christ. He does not share the glory with no man. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot have one foot in the world and one foot in church. They don't work like that. What shall we say then? Shall we continue to sin that grace may abound? Knowing this, that our old man was crucified with him, that the body of sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves of sin. For he who has died has been freed from sin. Now it is we who died with Christ. We believe that we shall also live with him. Okay, end it. Thank you. So here Paul is beginning to explain to the Romans how one saved, forever saved is not a thing. One saved, forever saved is not a thing. Many of us, like I said, in order to rediscover, we need to know what we lost. And we lost that communion with God. We lost that fellowship with God through sin. So if you have been free from sin through being washed with the blood, saved in the Spirit, confessing Jesus Christ as Lord and personal Savior, now you can reconcile back to the kingdom. You are in the process of rediscovering what you first had, that power that God gave you, that dominion that God gave you. But, like I said, with my life as an example, I thought I was saved at first because I was going to church. And most of us can be saved, but we cannot continue to live in sin and think that once saved, forever saved. As long as I confess Jesus Christ as my Lord and personal Savior, I am good. So I can continue to do whatever that I'm doing. It doesn't work that way. So a few, months now, Pastor Seth our Reverend, was going through Bible studies, and he gave this analogy. So if you are dead with Christ, you're meant to resurrect in his newness of life that he has given you. So if you have, let's say you have a relative, a best friend, an auntie, a father, anyone, best friend, and you used to be so close to them, and now they are no longer, they are dead, gone, it hurt. But if at some point you was to meet this relative somewhere else, remember they're dead. If you was to meet that relative in your house one evening, what are you doing? Be true to yourself, what are you doing? You loved them when they were alive, but now they are dead and gone. The fact that they are resurrected does not mean I should come back to them. I'm running. I'm running out of the house. So why then, when we proclaim to be saved, when we know that we are saved, we are meant to be dead to all these things that were not in Christ. All these things that we're living with and being comfortable in the world, when we come to Christ, they're all meant to be left behind. We're meant to be dead to it. So why then do you claim that you are saved? And yet, like verse 1 said, should we then continue to say, what then shall we say? Shall we continue to sin that grace may abound? It says, certainly not. if you see that sin resurrecting back, that life that was meant to be dead, if you see it resurrecting back, why do you entertain it? Why do you entertain, same way you see that relative and run away, why are you entertaining that life that's meant to be dead? Tell somebody, get saved for real. Get saved for real. You can't entertain these lifestyles that's meant to be dead. If you used to cuss all day, you have been saved. I'm not saying you won't cuss anymore, but when you see it coming, something should be triggered in there. This lifestyle is dead. It's meant to be left there. You don't entertain it. And that's what we've been comfortable with, yet we claim to be saved. Tell somebody again, get saved for real. You can't continue to joke about anymore. That life that was dead needs to stay dead. You love that relative, it was very dear to your heart, you were very close together. But now you've moved on. You have a new life. Anyone who is in Christ is a new creation. You have a new life. That old lifestyle should not creep back in. It might, you'll be tempted to. You live with it for so long, it will certainly come back and haunt you again. But you need to be seen to be running away from those things. The lust, the fornication. I'm not saying you wouldn't do none of that. But it's the heart that comes with it. You need to be seen to be getting away from it. So once saved, forever saved is not a thing. You can't get saved and continue to live in sin. It's not possible. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Paul wouldn't say that if once saved and forever saved was a thing. So that is the bulk of the message today. God wants to bless us. He wants us to rediscover wherever we had before. But our will is keeping him away from us. Our own will. He is always there. He is always ready to give us what we ask. But our own will, our own selfish desires is keeping him away from us. And we can't continue to do that no longer. So we say, when you're saved, you're meant to turn away from all these things. And the theme of this year from January was the abundant blessings of God. Right? So if you claim, or if you're living a lukewarm lifestyle and somebody is being diligent with their walk with Christ, they are hoping to reap the abundant blessings of God this year, but that's the message that's come. And you living that lukewarm lifestyle wants to reap that same benefit. Ask yourself, does that even make sense? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. You haven't left the world behind. The abundant blessings of God are associated to the people who are diligently going to seek him this year. You can't live a double life and expect to be blessed with him. It doesn't work that way. So we need to leave this double life behind. In order to fully rediscover the kingdom, we need to leave that double life behind for real. Get saved for real. We can't entertain that life no more and expect to be blessed along with people who are diligently seeking God. No. We can't do that no longer. If we're all going to be blessed, if you're going to live a lukewarm lifestyle and expect to be blessed, and someone who's going to leave everything behind, leave this world behind, how do you expect to be blessed with them? If you could be blessed like the guy who's trying to live a holy life, why then should we all give up this world then? Why can't we live that double life and expect to be blessed as well? Why do we all have to be fully dead and pick up our cross? Why? If you're lukewarm, count yourself out. Like I said, you are spiritually useless. It is a harsh word, but it has to be said. I have to realize that for myself in order to break out. It had to be triggered in there. I could no longer do it. I could no longer live a double life. And then cry when you're not being blessed. And then cry when you don't get things you're meant to be getting. Cry when you don't get things you're praying about. How do you expect to be blessed by a God you don't seek? How do you expect to be blessed by a God you continually fool? It doesn't work that way. In order to fully rediscover, leave that life behind. Be dead to that life for real. And pick up your cross. That is the only way you can fully rediscover what God had for you to begin with. If we claim to be saved, let's walk like it. If we claim to be saved, let's talk like it. If we claim to be saved, let's live like it. People don't need to talk to us for an hour to realize that we are Christians. By your fruit. Continue. Come on. By your fruit, you will know them. You don't have to talk to you all day. So now you drop one little Bible verse. That 2 minutes conversation with anyone to tell them something about you. You are unique. You are different. That's what you are meant to be. That's what you should strive to be every single day. That double life has to go. Yes. It has to go. There are no blessings associated. You are fooling yourself. Once saved, always saved is not a thing. Pick up your cross and go. God bless you this morning.